Hey, Mike Tushir here with a guided programming question. This one is in video form, but the text to go along with it says, hey, I'm suffering from a decent amount of good morning squat syndrome when my weights get heavy on my squat, which in turn strains my back. Also a small amount of knee valgus on my right side. Wondering if this is due to weak posterior chain or weak quads. Any thoughts on assistance work for this as it's really holding back my squat? I've attached a video for reference. Okay, so I've got the video playing here. We're going to take what we can learn from this video and see what we can help you with. So I want to focus on this second rep because that's the one where we see the most technical breakdown. The first one's actually not too bad. Yeah, you do shoot your hips back quite a bit, and there's a fair amount of back rounding that's going on here. So you've got several things going on. Normally the knees tracking back is an indication of weak quads, and the flexion of your spine is an indication of weak spinal erectors. But that doesn't really help us if we say, well, it's both, so that doesn't really help. So what do we focus on? So I just want to focus here on the second rep for a bit. And if we had to pick one thing that was holding your squat back the most, almost everybody gets that knee drift when the weight gets heavy. Some coaches even look for it. I don't think you should look for it, but I'm not saying that that's necessarily a technical error. The backgrounding thing is definitely a technical error. So we want to fix this kind of with a several prong approach. The first one is that we want to get you practicing the movement correctly. So take some videos, especially of your heavier sets. If you're getting the spinal flexion, if you're getting that bar rolling up your back like that, that's a technical error, and we want to avoid that. So I'd like for you to limit your weights to something that you can do without the bar rolling up your back. That's going to help you to keep your spinal position better throughout the movement. The knee drift I'm okay with. The knee valgus, that's okay for the time being. Of course, we don't want that forever, but we need to focus on one thing at a time and fix it. So throughout your competition lift, when you're actually training the competition lift, I want you to focus on using a weight that you can complete with acceptable technique. It doesn't have to be perfect right now, but at a minimum, we don't want the bar rolling up your back like this. We don't want to see your spine flexing forward. So we're going to fix that first. And then in time, when you can get to where you can take a heavy weight, a heavy attempt, without that happening, then we can move on to the next thing and start to fix the next thing. But for now, this is the thing I want you to focus on. As far as what to strengthen your weak muscle groups, I wouldn't change any of the exercises in the program because you need a lot of different things. Increased strength in your quads is going to be helpful for you. Increased strength in your spinal erectors and your posterior chain, that's all going to be helpful for you, given what I'm seeing going on in this video right here. So I wouldn't change any of this assistance work. Make sure you're not skimping on it, though. Don't cut sets from it. That stuff is still important. It's going to be especially important to your long-term development. The high specificity stuff, it matters in competition. It's what gets you results right now, and it's also the much more short-term results. But the assistance and supplemental work is going to facilitate your long-term progress. With that, I really don't see a whole lot else that I want you to fix for right now. So take this, limit your weights to a weight that you can complete without the spinal flexion. I'm not sure how much that's going to be, but you'll have to video and get your training partners to check it out for you. And then let's see what we come up with. Give it a good 6 weeks at least, and it could take a lot longer because what we're looking for is for you to be able to complete a high RPE set like this without having the spinal flexion. And at that point, we'll say, okay, well, spinal flexion's fixed. Now we can focus on one of these other weak areas. This is just what we're going to fix first. So that's all I've got for you. Thanks.